I get enough courage up to say, you know what? I'm going to let this person come to my house and take the risk of them coming inside my house and getting me up and getting dressed and getting ready, and my parents having a literal conniption.
Right, but see, this is the other part of it. Your mother gets paid to take care of you, and if you take that away from her, then she may struggle financially. That's something you knew or you
No,
know.
no, because
You
my
just
dad,
said it.
I know that she will struggle to and worry about taking care of what she needs to take care of. But I also know that my father gets money as well from his retirement and Social Security, and so does my mom. So it's not like they're going to be destitute without it. They're just not going to have to pay for me when I'm no longer there. And that's going to help them in the long run. And that's going to make their bills less. I just don't think my personally, my parents have trouble looking at the idea of letting their daughter go.
Yep, I could get that. I get that. A hundred and ten
And
percent. You're
that's
always
the
gonna be their
frustration.
baby. You're always
That's
gonna be
the
their
frustration.
baby.
Yeah, of course. And I love them so much. And the reason I get so angry and so upset is because I don't feel heard. And like I've explained to many people, there are specific people in my life that are my closest friends that I feel have been more of a mother figure than anyone else in my life at,
Right.
at all.
I I just so listen, I am not here to browbeat you. You did what you did, you said what you did, you said what you said, and you said how you feel. And that's cool. I only have one last thing.
Mhm.
The night that you one night you were upset and you had a group of your friends in your box and you had a particular young man in there that was threatening people, telling people to pull up. He had a very nasty attitude. He
Mhm.
was talking in a way that was completely inappropriate. And you are not responsible for what he says, etc., but you are responsible for the people who you allow to be in your box. And
Yeah.
that's not a good look for you. I don't care that he was defending you, it's not a good look. So
Yeah.
please try to be mindful of that as well, because
Yeah, and
that's
that's
going to
why
turn a lot of people off.
he's blocked out of my life. So
Oh,
don't
okay. All right. Well, I'm going to let you move
Okay.
on.
Actually, Miss Digital, if you could stay up here for a second for me,
Okay.
I would love for you to be up here, with me with this real quick. Faith, one thing that I've been hearing down in the chat, and it's really bothering me because I've seen a lot of the videos out there, and you keep saying that your parents are disrespecting you, that it's your parents that are coming at you, that your parents are at fault for everything, but yet you keep having to sit there and say that your parents are the ones that are helping you on day to day basis, doing the just the basics.
yes, and sorry, I'm
Why
going.
why do you keep saying that they're abusing you and hurting you and coming at you when all they're doing is trying to care for you like they're supposed to do as your parents and being there to help you and guide you and provide you the guidance that you need in life. Like I get that you want to be out on your own, hun. I get that. Everyone in life wants that. But hun, you need to understand that with your condition that you're in and the stuff that you go through, you need someone there for you to help you.
Yeah,
And that's not anything wrong with that.
I mean, the one thing I would say in answer to that is yes, I'm very harsh on them, but also I'm not live all the time. And things that happen. behind closed doors are very hurtful to me. Like, for example, I'll give you several examples. Um, I I want to hang out with some friends. Let's say I wanted to hang out with some friends, and
Okay.
now my friends are on here, and they happen to live in the city. The first thing my mom said when I brought that up to her is, Faith, what happens if you get hurt? What happens if you DIE? Like, what happens if she's constantly going through all these things in her head, and I automatically get defensive because I'm like, I understand you don't like this idea, but at least extend the option. Or
Faith, Faith,
Okay,
let me
but hon,
hold
but
on, hold
Faith,
on,
here's
hold
the
on,
thing though.
hold on. Faith, I'm just gonna say this. That's not disrespect. That's being a mother. As my son is in
Exactly.
his 30s, and when I don't hear from him in a certain amount of time, he's in his 30s. He has a whole child. I
yeah,
automatically think he's in the gutter because
yeah,
that's what you
of
do
course,
as a mom. So
but
that's not
that's
disrespect. But I also had to come to a point where I had to allow him to live his life. I didn't
exactly
necessarily like it, but you do.
exactly.
But he doesn't have a disability. And so there has to come a point of compromise. And so coming to TikTok complaining about your parents isn't going to help that situation.
Yeah, and I
Exactly. That's exactly what I was trying to get at. Because Faith, here's the thing, hon. I understand that you're saying that they keep telling you no, that when you want to go do stuff, but you got to understand, hon, that they have your best interest at hand at all times. They're trying to make sure.
what's your name so I can talk to you because I can't remember it.
I go by
What's
concrete.
wrong?
Okay, concrete. I completely understand that. And they have my best interest. They always will, better than anyone on this app in the world, anywhere. I just like, I would like to see from my own family. I know that they're always going to be worried about me. But the thing is, when I say, hey mom, hey dad, I would like to go to XYZ place at this time, at this hour,
Mm-hmm.
with this person. And I say, hey, I've always said, hey mom, I'll text you when I get there. I'll text you when I'll leave. I'll call you. I'll give you updates every hour. I'll do all of those things. And I still get told no. And it just feels like I don't have the opportunity to live life. And that's the frustration. That is why all of this has happened because it all boils down
Okay.
to you not being able to have options.
So what does
Okay,
your
but
family
Faith, here's
allow
the
you
thing,
to
hon.
do? Hold on, Concrete, I'm sorry.
You,
What does your family allow
go
you
ahead,
to
man.
do?
Sorry, what did you say?
What does your family allow you to do? Because you're getting for your birthday. So what is it that you want to do with the funds from your birthday? What
If I get any funds for my birthday, if I get any funds, the one thing I want to do is go to Dallas or another city with a friend. And I want to drive in their car and go with them and spend a day out there. It's a day trip. It's something I really want to do. I have a tracker on my phone. I know how to call them. I know how to get a hold of authorities if anything happens. And that's what I would like to do. Is
okay.
that going
Is
to
your
happen?
parents
No.
gonna allow you to do that?
Not unless I live somewhere else.
So then why are
And
you asking for money to do something that you already know your parents are gonna say no to?
because once I get the money, I'm not going to tell them. I've reached a point where I'm not going to tell them.
So how
I
you gonna get out the house without telling them?
I'm going to say, "Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Good morning. How are you? How, how's your day?" And then we'll proceed to do my routine. I'll get dressed. I'll get in my wheelchair. I'll do all the things. I'll eat breakfast. And then I will say, "Hey, I'm going to go for a walk outside." And then I'm going to meet whoever I decide to go with or whoever wants to go with me on the street. And I'm going to get in their car.
Okay, real quick, hon. Faith,
Yeah.
think of this logically here. Okay, because you're concerned about your mom constantly bugging you and calling you and everything else. What do you think she's gonna do when you do that? She's gonna go nuts and she's gonna call everybody and anybody to make sure that you're okay because she's gonna think
And you
that
know
something
what?
bad happened to you. And
No,
Faith, please
when I
listen.
get in the car,
Faith,
I'll
Faith,
call
please
them.
listen. Faith, it's not the point. If you get in the car with someone else that and your parents don't know that you're going and getting away from them like that, they're going to still call the cops. They're going to get the cops involved, and what's gonna happen is either you're gonna get in trouble for it, or the person that's taking you in the car, they're gonna get in trouble. It's considered kidnapping at that point.
Can I ask you a question? Like, can I ask a really honest question?
Absolutely.
They're not my guardian, so I have no idea how I'm going to get in trouble. I have no idea. They are not my legal guardian.
So you're saying that your parents are not your legal guardians at all?
You can. I will call them right now, and you can.
No, don't involve them. Don't involve them.
No, don't get your parents involved in this right now, huh? Because here's the thing. Okay, if you're saying that they're not there legally for you, okay?
No, legal
Then here's
guardian
my.
is something else. That is a legal documentation that says they have the right to make decisions for her. It's not legal, but it will be
Okay,
emotional. And if you do it
and
one
that's perfectly
time,
fine.
they will lock you in that house so that you can't ever do that to them again. I'm just telling you, as a
Exactly.
parent.
And,
I understand that they're concerned and they don't want me to get hurt, but is there? And I'm genuinely asking from a mother standpoint. Is there ever going to be a time where my parents are going to say, "My daughter is now XYZ age, and I think that we should allow her to go do something on her own"? Look,
I don't know because of your that they have raised you with your condition their your whole life, so that they are naturally over concerned rather than, like, if you didn't have the disability, you weren't in the wheelchair, they're concerned that people you've met off the internet can tell you anything, and then they take you somewhere and you're stuck, and now they're trying to figure out where you are, how to get you back. They're always going to think the worst.
yeah,
And so I agree with you that they have to let up and let you, as a grown person, live some part of your life. I just I am unsure if your plan is the right thing to do, but
it's probably not.
you don't have to
It's
take
not.
my, like, you get to live your life however you would like. I'm just saying that when you start adding in people sending you money for something that you are unsure of, that is going to set off alarm bells to people that you're just trying to get money,
Yeah,
because
and
people are going to be like,
I'm
if she
not
already knows her
that.
parents aren't going to let her go, why is she asking for money for it? But I'm going to drop down because I feel like I've taken my time. And again, this wasn't meant as a browbeat or to,
No,
like,
not at
go
all.
off on you or anything like that. I
And I
just had my own
appreciate
questions and I wanted to hear your thoughts about it. So I appreciate you letting me up. I appreciate you answering my questions. I appreciate that you let me give my opinion. And now, I'm going to exit stage left. Everybody, thank you for the gifts. They're not necessary, they're appreciated. And everybody will see me Monday morning. So
Okay,
thank you, Faith. I appreciate it.
bye.
Bye bye.
And Faith, I'm just up here. I'm trying to understand what it is that you're so upset with your parents for. Because that part I still don't understand, because they're taking everything out of and making sure that you are taken care of.
Yes, they
Because
are.
that is their job. But listen, please, huh? That is their job as parents, is to be there for you and help you and love you. But yeah, you go ahead and you yell and scream and try to control them,
Hold on, I'm
and
gonna.
it's not right.
I
When you come back, I would really like to talk to you real quick.
okay. I'm just letting my dog out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going to talk unless you're actually there. No.
Girl, mom, she's not answering the question that I'm answering.
Yeah,
I'm asking her.
I get that, Toxic. If you give me 1 second, I'll help you understand it a little bit better.
Because my thing is this: like, I'm someone who has gone through a lot in my life. I was homeless at a young age because of my parents. My parents didn't care about me. I didn't have parents that cared. So when I see someone who's got parents that go above and beyond like this for someone who wants to treat them this way,
it's frustrating and it's hurting you. It's frustrating because you didn't have that opportunity, and I'm sorry that the pain that you're going through, because she's taking it for granted, and it will be.
because I want her to know that she's loved. Like, I'm someone right now, I don't know the whole situation, but I love her. I love Faith for who she is as a person, no matter what she's done to people. Whatever's been done has been done, but you're still a loved human being, and I want you to understand that.
And
And the fact that you treat your parents that way is unacceptable.
yes,
The
it
fact that you
is.
treat anybody that way is unacceptable. That shows that they care about you.
Yes, and I agree. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like
Thank you, but you don't have to do that.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm this perfect person and I've never made mistakes, and I'm going to sit here and say, yes, I have treated them poorly, and I don't want to, but it comes to a point where I just feel suffocated, and
All right.
I hope you can understand that.
Faith, I'm going to level with you. I'm not going to come in here. I'm not going to coddle you. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. Okay? I'm sorry that you struggle daily with what you can and cannot do. I can't imagine. I have my own autoimmune that is debilitating at times, but I still have to get up and I still have to go on with the day, do what I have to do for my kids. First and foremost, you've been down this road many, many, many times, right? So if you go do anything, right, you need 24/7 care. You need somebody who is going to be there to help you 24/7. That is your parents. At this moment, that is your parents, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So here's the thing. You want to be able to go and do these things. People have given you resources. You know of these resources. You know of that micro dash thing. You know that you can leave the house and go do something during the day that's local. You know all of this that is available to you, but it's not enough for you. You're 28 years old. You're not a little kid. You have things that you want to be able to do. But what you have to understand is you've done this before. You've gone away, right, to Florida. and then your parents had to pay money to come get you because you didn't have somebody taking care of you, and didn't you end up in the hospital?
Can I just say they did not have to do that. They chose.
They chose because you're their child, Faith.
Sometimes you have to let them go.
You were left by, so you expected them to be okay with you being left by yourself with no care, because that's what happened. You had no care, and you ended up in the hospital. If it was your child, if you had a child, you don't think you would go travel to Florida to go get your child that's in a hospital?
Here's the difference with that. If my child had the verbal capacity to tell
Thank
me,
you. You guys
Mom,
really don't have to do
I
that.
don't
Please don't
want-
send me anything.
if my child had the verbal capacity to tell me, Mom, like, I know that this is a bad situation. I know that this is, from your perspective, not the best idea. But Mom, I genuinely want to be in this state and not have to leave.
But you were there. They let you be there, but you had nobody to be your round of the clock care, and you ended up very sick.
To that I'll answer. The reason I got so upset and the reason I continue to be so upset is a week later, not even a week after I got home, probably like 2-3 days, the state of Florida called me and said, "Hey Faith, we have all your benefits straightened out. We have everything set up for you. Your Medicaid is processed. Your caregiver is set up. All of these things. And you would be in a facility if you're still here, and you could go live your life." And
So I live in the state of Florida. Okay. Originally, I lived in New York. I can tell you, working in the medical field, that these things do not happen very quickly. They don't transfer quickly. And you need to have a plan, especially for the situation that you're in. You wanted to go and come to Florida to go to Disney Springs. Disney Springs is an outside mall that, like, I get it. It's something for you to do, for you to travel from Texas to Florida for Disney Springs with somebody who verbally said on here, and this has been said again with somebody else that you wanted to go do something with. Are they prepared to be your caregiver? And they said no.
Yes. They don't have to be my caregiver. When I spoke to that person, her being a caregiver was never the topic of conversation.
But you're not someone who cannot have a caregiver. You're not somebody who cannot
I would hire an agency to do that. If you're talking about me having money, yes, I've had money. And yes, I want to do those things. But
I haven't said anything about money yet. I haven't said a thing about money.
Money hasn't been brought up, Faith, because we're trying.
I'm saying realistically, you're sitting there saying your parents are holding you back. I've listened to your parents tell you that they want you to be able to go and do these things, but you want to go, and go from 0 to 100 without thinking anything through. You've had the money to cover multiple different places to move. You've had the money to go and do things that you wanted to do, and you still continue to put yourself in. Your parents have paid your debt, and you still talk to them like they are pieces of shit. Those are your 24/7 caregiver. You're not going to find somebody who's going to care about the well-being of you all like that, all in, no matter what. Drive in the middle of the night because my kid fucking needs me, like your fucking parents. But you sit on here and you give this whole poor me act of, I'm the victim, I do this, I do that. And I'm sorry, Faith, I'm not going to come up here and coddle you. This is you didn't like my live when we were talking about you, and I can understand that.
For you, you can talk about me. That's not an issue. You can stream me. You can talk about me. You can do all these things. But
guys, you really don't need to send me anything, please.
But when
I appreciate everything, but please don't.
When you associate with people that say they want to press charges and say that they're going to put me in jail or I need to go to
you and I both know that you understand and comprehend everything that you say and do. You know exactly why people are talking about pressing charges. You know why people are.
Hot mess. They can't. That's what you don't understand. They cannot press charges. They
Um,
that need
So
money.
listen, but that's beside. Listen, you brought up the money situation, but I'm not talking about TikTok gifts. I'm talking about all of the things that have taken place outside of this app on separate payment apps. And you know it's been more than $400. I'm not going to go back and forth with you on that. That's fine. I didn't come up here to talk to you about the money because at the end of the day, it's a vicious cycle that you're never going to own. At this point in time, how many times does somebody have to get into the box to say the same thing over and over? I'm not going to do that. But when you're sitting here and I'm listening to you say that you're being held back by your parents are keeping you alive. They are putting, you don't want to admit, yes, you're 28 years old.
I am not okay with not being able to do the things I want to do. I'm not okay.
You would be able to do those things if you thought it out. If you actually sat there and said, I'm going to do this, this is the plan, your parents would full blown, I guarantee you, if you planned it out, not something overnight because you want to do something overnight. You literally call somebody, be like, hey, do you want to go on a trip with me? And then you automatically assume that that trip's going to happen that weekend. You can't do that. You need to plan it out, just like anybody who has a disability or not. Things like that, a move or things require financial assistance. They require, for you need to work all that benefits and cares out beforehand. Your parents would have no problem with you going and living your life if you presented an actual plan that didn't put your life in danger 24/7. Your address was leaked on this app and you don't care. You come on here and act like it's okay.
I already called the police. They've already filed a harassment report. They've already done all of those things. That's all I can do.
But what I'm saying is, Faith, you put your needs and your selfishness above anybody and everybody, especially your parents. Who may I add?
I wasn't like that. And
But Faith, here's the thing. Here's the thing, hun, with your address being leaked like that, not only did you put yourself in danger, you put your entire family in danger.
And your response was, so?
You don't think I know that? I'm aware. What do you want me to do?
Exactly. We want you to take accountability, hun. Faith, listen, Faith. We want you to take accountability for your own actions and the consequences that have come because of those actions. And you need to understand, and when she's trying to tell you about the making plans in order to do fun stuff, I promise you right now, if you sit there and go up to your mom right now and you say, hey, can we go ahead and plan out a trip to go here around this time of year? This is what I want to do. This is how long I want to go. And I promise you, she'll sit there. We can work something out. Let's see what we can do.
And that might have been easier to do, Faith, if you were not so badly in debt right now. You have to stop for a second. Listen, I know it's very hard for you to really listen to what somebody's trying to tell you, especially when you don't want to hear it. But this is the reality of it. This is the reality for anybody. You need to make a list, okay? And you need to one by one cross off the list of the things that you need to take care of as an adult. If you want fucking independency, guess what? This is how you do it. You own the shit that you've done, you make a list, and one by one cross off what you need to do as an independent adult. First thing you need to take care of is the debt that you have. Stop letting your parents bail you out and you take care of it.
I am. You have no idea what I'm doing behind the scenes.
You're taking more loans out and making more of a debt. You just did it a week ago.
No, I'm not.
You just did it a week ago, Faith.
Yes, I did it a week ago, but I'm taking care of it. My parents have nothing to do with it.
But why is it also the same time that you? But that's the thing is too. You have to understand. It's not just your parents, quote unquote, holding you back. It's you and your decisions.
I understand that. And I'm not saying I don't.
And you're asking for people on the side for money because I've seen the messages. The same day that you took out the loan to cover your negative, You were asking people for money that you're calling friends. You base friendships off of transactional
No, I don't. That's insane of you to say. Because if they don't
Not
want to be
insane,
friends,
because it's the truth. And unfortunately, you don't like hearing the truth.
how do I base my friendships off transactional things if you don't know those friendships? Tiara and I were friends and we cared about each other. And now she's slandering me on the internet.
She's not slandering you. She's telling she was exposed to the truth of what goes on behind closed doors that Faith does not tell everybody. And
What
you're
do you
telling
mean?
you're
What do
saying
I
that
not
everybody's
tell
slandering you.
everybody?
You
What
don't
do
like
I
the
not
fact that
tell? What do I
listen,
not
you're
tell?
saying that it's slandering, but it's not. You don't like when somebody shows you the truth about you.
No,
You come
if
up
I
with
didn't like
excuses.
showing the truth, I would cut this live off. Are you
Faith,
insane?
you and I both know you're not going to do that because you can't not be on live. You cut it off, you're going to be over on
Watch
10 minutes
me
later.
right
Go
now.
ahead.
Bye-bye.
You're beyond.
Caleb, I appreciate it. He's done yelling at y'all. That's awesome. That is awesome. Up to you. That is true, y'all. A lot of our main friends aren't on. Is there something going on that I don't know about? Vaughn! Level 7! You just got your mystery box. Ooh, Kendra, which one? I got the lavender one. It's not here yet. Vaughn, thank you. Happy Saturday. How are you? What are you doing? Olivia, what are you doing? Thank you. With what? We don't know. Lavender. Ooh, me too. Me too. What was your what was the palette you got in it? I'm interested to see what palette I get. I've noticed a lot of people are getting the gold-blooded palette. Gold-blooded! I don't have that one, so I wonder if that's one I'll get too. I'm monitoring a crater on my backup. Oh! Ooh! Calypso! Yikes. Are they interesting over there?